With just 1 month left before facing Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather isn't acting like a retired fighter enjoying the spotlight. He moves like a man defending his legacy.
Jab with right hand. Drop.
Sit back. Nobody did something to me. He said, how you like a man? I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I'm on. So record the old man. Oh. Whoa. He turned it up now.
That 50-0 record isn't just a number. It's a reputation. People see the cars, watches, and lifestyle and think he's lost his hunger. That's the biggest mistake anyone can make with Floyd.
Get back. Get back. Right to him, right to him, right to him, right to him. I can catch it. Hit brother fight. I slip, bro. I slip. Right, left foot. Stop, slip, bro. Slip is that roll. Hatchet. Roll.
Behind all the shine is a routine that looks almost obsessive. Watch him on the heavy bag. No rounds, no bell, just 20 to 40 minutes of non-stop, controlled hits. He flows, resets, then explodes with sharp punches, reminding the bag who rules. He may sip water a few times, but there's no real rest. That constant rhythm builds elite conditioning. Most fighters slow down over time, but not Floyd. His legs are alive, his reflex is sharp, his punch is crisp even when everyone else fades.
Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand.
This doesn't happen by accident. It comes from fighting fatigue every session and refusing to lose. While the world talks about spectacle and money, Floyd quietly sharpens what has carried him his entire career: control.
Well, if you don't know, I want to tell everybody this. The last time I made 25 million, I made more, but last time I made 25 million was 10 years ago.
Wow.
I'm not bragging or boasting, I'm just telling the truth. I'm appreciative and thankful. $25 million is still great money.
Sure.
But
it's not Mayweather money.
well, you know, for the last, I don't know how many years, the lowest, my guaranteed lowest is be like 32, a little bit over 32. That's my lowest. But you'll also know that in the Canelo fight, you know, I made over 100 million in that fight. And then in a Pacquiao, just in 2 fights.
Oh my God.
Pacquiao and Canelo, those 2 fights, somewhere upwards of 400 million. I mean, probably $400 million or better. And just me and sponsorship money. Leading up to the Pacquiao fight, that week I made somewhere 25 to 30 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
So these are my numbers. You know, they can say Floyd lying all they want to. If I was so desperate and hurting for money, I'll come back.
You still be fighting.
And just when you see Floyd turn the heavy bag into a conditioning machine, Mike Tyson enters like a force of chaos. The classic question, how do you beat the shoulder roll? Tyson shrugs, anything can happen. That's pressure fighters, no plan, just timing, presence, and the moment when structure breaks. Then he talks about his own mission, shifting focus from fights to his invitational.
You're looking in phenomenal shape. You look shredded. You're supposed to fight Floyd next month, correct?
Yeah, next month, a month from now, we're ready, whatever.
How do you beat the shoulder roll? He's 50 and 0.
Huh?
How do you crack the shoulder roll?
It happens, you never know. Hey, listen, I think this established my importance in the boxing world more so than the amateur, than the professional fighting, because this is the future. You know, Mike Tyson got a great name, and that's over. That's gone.
Tyson openly says his legacy is finished. Most fighters cling to that word like oxygen, but he treats it like yesterday's news. He talks about work ethic, noticing today's gyms lack the same grind. Then he drops this, fear matters, not hype. If you're not nervous, you're not built for this. The best fighters aren't fearless, they're disciplined under pressure. Floyd builds endurance, Tyson trusts chaos. That contrast alone makes this story impossible to ignore.
But
Hey,
there's,
guys, one last question, okay?
What part fear plays in a career of a fighter?
Well, if you're not crazy and you're doing this, you're insane, okay? So I worry about guys that are not nervous before fighting because they'll never be a great fighter. Because when you're scared, you avoid pain, you avoid getting hit. And if you're one of those guys that have no fear, you're gonna constantly get hit. And you're not gonna end the game finish. By the time you finish fighting, you'll be talking another language. And that's what happens to those tough guys. End of their career, they're speaking another language.
Then Oscar de la Hoya walks in, half amused, half serious, fully knowing boxing's backstage. He calls the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch entertainment, plain and simple. But he adds, if it's a real fight with real rules, it's legit. And when he picks Floyd, it's about habits, not drama. Floyd always stays sharp, disciplined, and in the gym.
Who would you back? Who do you think would win it? If it's a real fight, because that's what Pacquiao wants, it seems.
Yeah, I think Mayweather will. I think Mayweather will take it. Yeah, one thing about Mayweather you have to understand is he's always taking care of himself. Like, his body, physically, mentally, he's always been very sharp and always staying in the gym and doing something physically, right? That's the big advantage he has. I mean, he's an athlete. He's a world-class athlete. Watching Pacquiao's last fight, yeah, you kind of feel bad.
Suddenly, Floyd's training makes total sense. Then Oscar talks about Pacquiao, reminding us it's not the same fighter he faced before. He even mentions Deontay Wilder as an underachiever, praising his power but critiquing his activity. He points out a generation pacing their careers, and in one interview, he covers nostalgia, predictions, critiques, and reality all at once.
I kind of feel bad for him, and even though he did win and he did, I guess, pull off a surprise in his last fight with a draw against the world champion, but still you tend to kind of like feel bad because it's not the same Pacquiao. It's definitely not the same Pacquiao I faced. That's for sure. The one that put me on my stool in the 9th round. But I still think that Mayweather will pull this one off. I mean, if it does happen.
Finally, Dan Rafael steps in, cutting through the fake shock. This rematch isn't surprising, he says. Fans act surprised, but Dan knows the story. Then he flips the narrative, it's not for hardcore boxing fans arguing scorecards. It's for casual viewers scrolling Netflix after dinner. Floyd and Pacquiao aren't just fighters, they're global brands, recognizable to everyone.
The regular person that's scrolling through Netflix to see what's on a weekend night, they're going to look and say, oh, Mayweather, Pacquiao, I know those guys. They're as famous as any boxers in the world. And if it doesn't cost me any extra money and I'm just paying my normal subscription, yeah, I'll check it out. And it's going to do big numbers. That's why Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson did the numbers it did. And that's why, we saw them be interested in a fight like Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua and the other events that they have done. Tyson Fury's comeback as they try to, build up more in the UK. And this is going to be the same situation. They put out a lot of money to do the fight, but not as much as what obviously they generated in 2015. And, it'll be a big event, but how much of a fight it will be, who the heck knows? But I mean, to answer the question, it's the same thing for millions of people who are going to tune in to watch Pacquiao Mayweather. Again, it is not being put on Netflix for you or me or the folks that watch Boxing Social or all the diehards. It's for
casual.
Me and my reaction to the announcement of that. It's one of those things that, you got to write about, you got to cover, and you got to, be involved in, because it's still two of the greatest, most famous fighters of all time.